What's the word, everybody? It's your boy Jay Mathis and my boy E Staff. We're back at it again with another episode of Take the Risk. If you haven't checked out last episode, make sure you go back and tune in, like, subscribe, man, and definitely follow the page, man. Follow the wave, man. We always having good conversations about great topics. Man, let's kick things off, E Staff. So really want to get into the topic about social media. Like, do you feel like social media is damaging this world? And where do you want to start at this?
Man, what you call them? Social media. Social media is helpful and bad at the same time. I want to put that out there.
Right, yeah.
We
there are pros and cons.
Social media is one of our professions with the content and everything, with the podcasting, with the brand we have. So if you're using it for the right ways, you can earn you a couple dollars in it for sure. But I would say social media is a downfall a lot of it more than not, because it's like killing, I think, the reality of a lot of things. So like, I would say just in our world, especially for the younger, like these iPad kids, a lot of people are like tapped out of like what's going on. Like they can't even, how you doing, sir? You know what I mean? Look you in your eyes, have a regular conversation. So like, it's so much that these phones and being in front of these computers and TVs and tablets all day is just destroying this second by second. And a lot of people getting burnt out. Like I think I just seen like news reports on like Gen Zs like literally are having like burnout sessions on their phone, like it's doom scrolling. You feel me? Like it's just like insane. Like
for real though, just laying in bed.
People don't have no friends no more. All their friends online. They don't go out and walk or exercise. Like it's insane. So I'm not the biggest fan of social media, honestly. And I think social media can be real, like I would say, negative to the human eye a lot of times, because it's more negatives put out there than positives. Like just think about like what people watch, they likes and all that other stuff. I mean like views and stuff. The stuff getting the most views usually be some negative crap. Like if we being real.
Sure.
Like
people love
you put out a fight or something like that, or somebody getting cussed out, it's going viral instantly. So like you put something positive out there, it some stuff do blow, don't get me wrong, but it's less likely. What you think though, Mathis?
Man, I do think there is a overconsumption of social media and the negative elements, right? Like when people look into social media, they looking at, well, first for guys, for men, like we looking at these BBL bandits. We looking at all of these IG influencers or whatever. And so we start to like idealize that, and then we start to create this fantasy in our head like our shorty looks like a Instagram influencer, like, or is associated with that persona, and it's just not within reality, because you really don't know who these people are. And then a lot of times it's us feeding ourselves the bad stuff. Like you're enticed by TikTok docu series or TikTok negative life recaps, bro. Folks be tuned in to the, all right, y'all get ready for part 4 and 5 of my story about me going to jail or da-da-da. Like, people be geeked off of that stuff. And I'm just like, man, but you don't see too many folks, like, really looking at podcasts that talk about, hey, what can I do to completely renew my mind in the next 30 to 60 days? Or how can I build my business leveraging AI? Like, things that are really going to help us in the long term. I think a lot of our young people are becoming very enticed by this rapper lifestyle, the drugs, money, and all of that. Like, and it's starting to hurt, you know, our younger generation. I'm seeing a lot more younger people dying because of gun violence. A lot more younger people posting on social media with guns. I was a camp counselor at one point, and to be honest, I had one of my young teens get a couple years older, and of course, you know, you lose track of folks as time progresses, but I start to see his Instagram change, and now he on IG posting up stacks of money, guns, and all. Then not too long after that, bro, I see him post a picture saying he in the hospital. I check in on him. He like, yeah, I got shot over some gang related things, and I'm like, man, and you know, a lot of people don't understand the magnitude of gang affiliations and how deep that stuff is. And a lot of times we see it and we like, why don't they just quit? Why don't they just get out? And for them, it sometimes is their lifestyle. It's all that they have. And I think that it limits our younger generation to what they could potentially be exposed to, right? If you look at the amount of time that young people are consuming phones and screen time versus how much they have out in the real world, you obviously see that weight distribution is heavily weighed towards screen time.
Oh, it's getting bad.
And so, and you start to, like you mentioned, bro, you start to see less of the communication skills development. You start to see young people not able to communicate, you know, properly when it comes to professional settings.
Don't even know how to interview no more.
You see what I'm saying? But I will say, though, a lot more young people are becoming more in tune with their emotions.
No, for sure.
They are. Like, they aren't afraid to say, hey, I got anxiety. Hey, I'm feeling suicidal. Hey, I'm feeling depressed. And I appreciate that for the young generation. But it's just the whole NBA fan club, like NBA Youngboy fan club and that, like, at some point, that has to either be safely consumed
for sure,
or not as consumed as much as it is, because they don't need to be seeing that at a young age. They need to be. They need to get the positive aspects. Like, they need to go outside of their cribs and go to the museum or go to a live music or something that they entice with and find something that connects deeper with who they are as an individual. But that's really how I see it, bro. It's changing our thought processes when it comes to relationships.
Come on.
Like, to be honest. And that's a huge one, bro, because obviously, cliche, we know that now relationships have become very transactional.
Come on.
It's become, hey, I'm looking for the man to give way more than he got and take care of the bills and take care of me.
Yeah.
But it's like, okay, well, what is it that you are providing for your man to be able to sustain that too, though?
But it's a lot of men out here too that's on some sucker stuff.
Oh, for
that's
sure.
What you call making it harder for other men too.
Oh,
you know what I mean? The ones that is tricking and is throwing the money off.
Oh, for sure.
You feel me? So we gotta blame both parties.
No, it's a double-edged sword, bro. It's like we are the enablers, and a lot of times we want to avoid that fact, but we are truly the enablers.
Nah, it's
like
bad.
if, you know, a couple partners get up on a quick little scam, they hit Chase up or whatever, then they up 20 racks, they go straight to the strip club, they go straight to the store and they hit up their little shot that they've been working on. Hey, let me take you out, and then now they going to Neiman's, they hitting high-end food spot, they going to the club, splurged. Now you done lost your 20 racks. You could have invested all of this bread.
In one day.
You could have got a stockbroker and said, hey, take 5 racks, invest this in the stock, and watch that grow over the year versus spending it on a shorty that's only going to be around temporarily for the bread. You know, and then too, like, it desensitizes relationships. I feel like too many people now come into relationships with these already assumptions that they've already had in their mind with their approach, and they not coming from it as, hey, look, I'm trying to get to know you better.
Yeah, for sure.
Right? Like, what questions can I ask to better know you in an efficient amount of time instead of coming in like, I'm expecting a man to pay for X, Y, and Z, and not like, those are monetary expectations. You already laying out what you want somebody to give you as your expectations, but are you looking for somebody emotionally balanced, emotionally aware? Like, how do you
what's your character?
Yeah, like that. And a lot of people ain't doing no character checking. And that's scary. It's really scary. But what's your thoughts on it, bro? Like, how do you feel from a relationship standpoint that it's kind of either hurting or helping or both?
The relationship standpoint bad, because I was about to say too, everybody think they got options too. Yeah. I think dudes and men, because I ain't gonna fake it, I feel like us, we've been blessed in our lives. Honestly, sometimes when you start getting a little money or whatever, got a good job and all that and some, nice crib, nice car, you don't got, your tolerance become real low.
Right.
So too, I feel like I sometimes be in a headspace where a shorty really can't do nothing for me. And if we being real, like financially or whatever, I don't need any help. Like, only thing you can really do for me is just really, I would say, kind of see what's lacking in, I would say, my world and help me from there. And I would say, like, consideration. We lack a world of consideration because, like, people think now it's all about them. I think sometimes, too, social media kind of destroys that factor where, like, it's just me. Let me get a selfie.
Everybody want to be a superstar.
Yeah, so it takes a real, I would say, toll on, like, relationships when there's no consideration there. Like, should I, if Matt is going through, will I be there for my partner? Little stuff like that, man. So it's definitely a hurt. But I want to jump around real quick, Matt, because I want to say, too, I would say on a positive note, the people that's not I would say getting caught behind the phone and just looking. But if you using it to your advantage, where you getting out there and being a go-getter and saying, oh, all these MFers lazy as hell. I know they ain't finna get out of bed. They just finna be doom scrolling. They gonna stay up all night, sleep in all morning, and ain't gonna do crap. I'm about to beat the hell out these dudes. Like I'm about to climb this ladder, cause it's not that much competition out here if you really being real. Like I think social media honestly puts that out there too, where you think everybody winning.
Man.
Until you really see it in person, a lot of these folks be bums and don't really be having. Like if you get into some of these rooms and see some of these people you think on social media like that, and I came across that so much, especially as you keep climbing that ladder and you really be around these folks, you really be doing sometimes better than a lot of these folks you looking up to. And a lot of these folks, they want what you got. You know what I mean? Because I would say now too, I think character keeps you around, and I would say just having like a true personality. You know what I mean? And just doing right by people. I think that's one thing now that's kind of, I would say, I do like the shift a lot of times, because I think social media, what we watching and consuming, people are starting to find out what's real and what's fake. You know what I mean? I think it's becoming more, I would say, realistic. People don't want to see that fake crap no more. You know what I mean? Even people that used to just sit behind the camera, like let's people like academics and Vlad, you can't make content and people not know your face. Like people want to know who you are. Like I think Opie just said today, freaking somebody just tweeted they missed times where you didn't know what the rapper and what musicians looked like. You know what I mean? Nowadays you know who everybody look like, because you can't be a ghost face. You can't be a ghostwriter. You want to make any type of money using your phone or any type of platform, people want to know your face. That's why 2025 was a big thing for staff. People didn't know really who the hell I was. You know what I mean? We catered to all the guests. We put their clips out there, but it's like, who the hell interviewing the guests, especially if you only watching the clips, if you're not going and watching the long form content. And then if I'm not even having no key clips to even say or make myself stand out any type of way, and if I'm not posting pictures every day, people not gonna know who the hell I am. So that was even a big thing, just getting on social media, using the Twitch, getting myself on that platform, and then having this other segment, Take the Risk. Thank God for this, because not just me, but Mathis as well. What's he like outside of being a DJ? You know what I mean? Outside of the marketing and all the other things he does on the side. Like, what's his personality like? What's his character like? I want to see how he talks. You know what I mean? I think we're honestly finding our flow. It's becoming more real. You feel me? Like, I'm actually, like, enjoying this. And I don't think it's fake. Like, I think when people watch this, we can see that they're genuine, down-to-earth guys. I think that has an authentic platform. You know what I mean? Definitely needs some work. There's some kinks that need to be put together. But we can see them in the future that they might actually, not just might, they are gonna make it. And I think it's a learning tool, you feel me? And that's why I said in the last episode, it's growth in all factors, year by year. You know what I mean? 2020 from 2020 to 2024, staff had nothing to put on camera for real. You know what I mean? Now I finally, oh my God, staff said that. That's how he think. You know what I mean? It's something there, and that's why I think knowing that the voice is valuable. Because I think at times too, I sit back and I think like, dang, is staff actually a valuable asset? Is staff actually important? You know what I mean? Does he belong in these rooms? And that really was a doubt. You know what I mean? And that's why I said the confidence had to really get reformed again in 2025, because I do truly believe I'm a confident person. Like I think it's me than Michael Jordan. You feel me? I mean, I think it's Michael Jordan. Bro. I think it's Michael Jordan than me. You feel me? But
you should though. That's facts.
Hey, so you know what I mean? But it's what you call them. It's a win-win right now. If you're a go-getter. If you're a go-getter, you can win this generation.
If you're able to put one foot in front of the other, like things become more easier. I think like you mentioned, with social media, there's become a growing level of spectators. It ain't really too much that's in the game. It's just a lot of spectators. And then those spectators are just taken from what they see and then they kind of figuring it out, but they just restructuring the same image.
And it don't last a lot of times.
It don't. Yeah, no, it usually don't, because they don't really got the backbone to endure the actual adversity that it takes to get to where they want to get to. They just see it, so they're like, all right, let me try it, but then they give up 3-4 months down the road. And
then too, I would say, I think a thing that separates a lot of people as well, and I thank God for our team, because so many people say that's really what the separation is. You know what I mean? Who we can go talk to, because you know what I mean. Even when you joined this year, I didn't have all the answers. You know what I mean? A lot of people able to make me look good behind camera, even with like Thrive House stuff like that. A lot of times I don't know what the hell I'm doing, and y'all help me in my weak areas and everything to help me shine. Stuff like that. So it really be the team as well. If you can get you 3, 4, 5 brothers, you know what I mean, sisters, whatever you got, apart, and they believe in the vision, I think that's the biggest thing too. People got to actually bring something to the table and not just see like, that's where I think social media got the game messed up too. A lot of people hit you up, want to help out all this bull crap and some, they get around, and they don't do crap or add nothing in.
They just talk a great game, man.
You know what I mean?
And you start to see the separation, and it be sad because you start to see it happen like as tasks start to build, like as things start to become more important, and it's like, okay, we need this to be done, but then you seeing your partner like, oh, my bad, bro, I forgot I had to do this, that, and the third, but you ain't trying to communicate.
Because it looks good.
That's what be blowing me though, bro. Like, it's like, all right, we got the plan, and this is our execution for the plan, but then you're not communicating if something come up and something happen. So when it's time to come to the table with work that has progressed, you the only person that something happened and you ain't say nothing to nobody. And I be kind of frowning at that, because I'm like, well, why you ain't speak up on that? And a lot of people be very prideful and still be holding on to their ego when it come time to get together with the team and execute as a team and do your part. It don't be enough people doing their part. They just be, oh, I'm here for the team, but I'm still hanging on to my shooting guard coattail, like still holding on. If he don't drop 20 tonight, then I'm gonna look bad because I ain't holding my own weight. Like I'm getting the rebounds off of him, you know what I mean, or whatever, or the assist off of him. And if I can't get, like, whatever it is, people try to blame others for their shortcomings and not just take the responsibility on the chin and say, hey, I messed up. Like, let me go and fix it. You know, let me get on that. Like, my fault, you know, because things do happen. And we don't have that level of communication a lot of times when it comes to executing things. And then I too, when it comes to social media, I feel like people become so overly infatuated with specific lifestyles. And it's like, okay, yes, they may live like this and it looks like this, but that does not mean that everything has happened simultaneously perfect.
Man, and that's what I wanted to touch on, Mathis. Keep going.
It does not mean that. Like, they probably done failed thousands of times before they got to this point. And a lot of those failures probably were grand failures, but you didn't see that.
Yes.
But you so engulfed and enriched in, okay, I'm finna set this goal and I'm finna get to it, and this is exactly what's about to happen to get to it. We be so exact when it come to our visions that we don't be real when it come to our visions. You gotta be real about your vision. Yeah, this the goal, but I know some probably gonna come up, so let me set this goal and let me just set up a plan to get to it, and if things happen, I just gotta navigate it. But this is my track. This is my railroad track that I gotta stay, at least at minimum, stay on. You feel me?
No, for real. And that's where, like you say, people just see like the end results, what's put online, put on social media. Like I would say, people see Casanet. You know what I mean? He a perfect example. But he put the freaking work in.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
People weren't tapped in when he was at college shooting vlogs.
When the mice and the rats running through that sucker. You know what I mean?
He was doing a blind date joint. I remember seeing that. Like, early on, he was getting like 5,000-6,000 views, but that was it. Like, and he was young and probably didn't envision he would get all the way to this point, but knew he was going to go far. But it's all about how invested are you in your dreams and your visions, bro. Because that's going to show. Like, if you truly invested, like when it come to good stock, if you truly invested, you going to stick by that stock no matter how the market fluctuate, because you believe in it. No matter what people saying, no matter what articles get put out, you believe in it. And then when it pop, you like, all right, you could then say, I told you so. But too many people trying to find that perfect route. Too many people trying to find that, oh, if I do this, then maybe I don't got as many errors at all, if any. So then it'll work out perfectly. That don't exist. You gonna have errors in everything.
Real talk.
You're not gonna have it figured out. You're not gonna understand, and you gonna have to be willing to navigate and put the stress to the side and say, hey, I don't know this now, but let me figure it out. Like, because once you figure it out, that's a learning barrier that you just accomplished.
Come on.
And a lot of times when you was talking about like putting the work in and being consistent, a lot of people are so hard on themselves when it comes to the consistency.
Come on.
You expect yourself to show up every day at 100%, but you gotta realize some days look like 5, some days gonna look like 10. As long as you showed up, that's all that matters.
Come on.
I be trying to do that with myself, bro. Some days I get in the gym, I'm pushing out exercise like it's nothing. I'm lively, I'm up, moving around. Other days, I'm like, man, I probably got a good 3-4 exercises in me.
No, real talk.
That's all I got. Yeah, quick 30 in and out, but I showed up.
You showed up. And that's all that matters. Yeah, come on.
That's all that matters, bro.
At the end of the day.
Like, we be so hard on ourselves, and I think we carry so much pressure because social media speeds up the timeline.
Come on.
It makes us feel, we see it when you doomsday scroll, you seeing so much.
Even on stuff like we were speaking on earlier, like getting married, having children.
Yeah, you seeing it so much in your feed all day that now your expectations have sped up slowly because you've been invested in your phone so long.
You got people nowadays having children for the aesthetic.
For the aesthetic, bro, or for the bag, for the influencer bag. They say, if I have a baby, then my viewers gonna boost up because I get all the family viewers in there. And it don't make sense. It be real though. They be studying that market, bro.
No cap. I ain't gonna fake. I've been telling people, I'll be like freaking, some people when they get to go to the family content, I'll be like, you can get famous off this family content.
Oh yeah.
No, like real talk.
All these little kids. Oh, bro, people making a killing.
Hey,
a killing.
Baby fever is crazy. People watch them
do babies,
bro. Especially if you got a funny little child.
Oh yeah, it's
you can
wild,
get a couple
bro.
hundred views.
It's wild, but it starts to speed up that neurological processing, and so you are now stepping outside of reality into a fast track that does not really exist. Like, you can't control time. You can only control how you react to time. So if that's the case, then I can't say that I'm gonna get X, Y, and Z accomplished in 4 years, because that timeline and that time in between looks like anything. I don't know what that could look like. And even there are pivots in that. Like, I could be working on one goal, get close to finishing it, and then saying, man, I actually like doing X, Y, and Z in this area. And then end up going to that lane and restarting. But you ain't even really restarting. You just starting from a more knowledgeable start point instead of just not knowing what you didn't know beforehand, bro. But I just really feel like people need to go out and breathe. Like, go out and get some fresh air. Like, go for walks, bro. I be at work, like, man, let me get up on my desk. Let me go outside and just walk for like 15 minutes. Or just after being in front of the computer for a long time. Like, I try to meditate. Like, I meditate in the mornings and before I work out. That's my main thing, because we don't realize how much we are so self-consumed in social media and how that increases the speed of our thoughts. Now we start to rush because we like, I'm not doing X, Y, and Z. And this person, you see them with the cars and the house, and they doing it now, and they getting it done now. We like, I gotta do it now. And we start to constipate ourselves with this now mindset, and we're not realizing that, hey, you got time. Focus on one thing at a time. Like, just build that one thing out and then move on to the next. A lot of older people that you talk to, they be so simple in their approach because they get time. They understand time. Us being young and thriving, we be so hard on ourselves. We put so much pressure on ourselves and we burn ourselves out because we feel like we got to be millionaires within 5 years, 6 years. A lot of these millionaires ain't really make it till they was in their 40s.
Come on.
Or they ain't start until they ain't get popping until they was in their late 30s. Like, are you able to really withstand that? You know what I'm saying? Like, it took God 30 years or so to even get to the point of which people started to look at him, or Jesus, people started to look at him like he was that. You know what I mean? Like, he was prophesying and all. It took them that long for people to actually listen to him. And you start to see biblical stories about how long people have endured their journeys, bro. And it's like, we just got to be comfortable with where we at. and be confident in what we got in our hand.
Come on.
I approach life like spades, bro. Like whatever I got in my hand, I gotta make it work for myself and my team.
Real talk.
And whatever I'm lacking, I gotta look for my team to overcompensate. And if they can't, then we just gonna take this L for now, and we gonna wait on a fresh set.
Come on.
Facts.
And like you said, just having your time right.
Yeah.
And just, you don't gotta feel like you gotta do 100 different things too. I think a lot of people don't understand. It really take one thing to blow, and every other avenue will work itself out. You know what I mean? Like, it might not be the podcast that blow. It might be the Twitch. It might be the DJ.
Yeah.
And then that avenue opens up the doors for, okay, take the risk off the rip.
Yeah.
Freaking Opie might freaking do a crazy recording on individual.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then they see what he doing,
Yeah.
and it carries over to off the rip, take the risk. You know what I mean? So you never should stress like whatever you do. If you love it, do it. It's gonna pop one day for sure.
Man.
So it's just one of them. Any advice you can give, I would say, and I want to cater this one, I would say to the younger people that's really getting caught up, you know what I mean, in the doomsday scroll and then kind of getting burnt out with life. And every time they going through something, they gotta go to social media, stuff like that. To a high school kid in middle school that's always on their phone, what's some advice you would get them to really tap back into reality?
Yeah, I would say first they need to get in therapy, bro. Like they actually need a legit therapist, and if they need to go to their school and ask them, hey, what therapist services can y'all provide for me? And because I'm dealing with X, Y, and Z, or go to their favorite teacher, they need to go and do that and have them conversations, because a lot of young people are internalizing a lot of these negative emotions, and they lose control of that internalization, and it spirals internally. And so when it comes to older people approaching them and asking them what's wrong, they gonna be even more closed off, because these younger people are growing up around older generations. Their teachers are much older than they are. Their principals are much older than they aren't seeing too many of people who are close in age to them, like us, who are doing things. And that's a challenge for our generation, to go back to these schools and show up, like pull up to a classroom, talk about your career.
We gotta do better on that.
We gotta do better on that. Like, because we doing a lot of great things, and a lot of these young people, they wanna do the same or similar stuff.
And shout out to you, because you changed my mindset too on kids and going back.
Yeah.
Honestly, I didn't mean to cut you off,
you're
but
all right. You good.
I would say for some years, I think as I got older out of college, I kind of gave up on the next generation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I gave up on our generation a little bit too. But it's because, especially when you're coming from the inner cities like St. Louis, Midwest like Chicago, stuff like that, even like being out here in Dallas, like Oak Cliff and stuff like that, a lot of these kids aren't being exposed to like opportunities and seeing as possible. You know what I mean? Like I listened to like Herb say like his favorite rapper was like Lil Wayne growing up, but as he got older and he started really Lil Wayne didn't put him on. He was saying more like he got to see Meek Mill come up firsthand.
Right.
So like Meek Mill started becoming his favorite because he got to see it, and them being tapped in with each other. You know what I mean? They say like you what you call them 26, 27, 26, and you tap in with a 16-year-old, they'll feel way more connected because they get to see your journey instead of seeing like a 40-year-old.
Yes.
Like, oh, I got to see Mathis go from where he DJing and with nobody in the room. Now he DJing the whole weddings and these festivals and stuff like that with hundreds of people. So just being able, I think, to see the come up, see that it's possible, I think that's one of the biggest things that just, I would say, the reach. I think 2025, you know what we did, they know, you know what I mean, if you followed the journey, just for even me at my age, you know what I mean, 26, 27, seeing that it's possible. Because some of this stuff I didn't know. In podcasts, this space is kind of new. That's a great thing I love about the space. Because in the social media, like a lot of people start podcasts, but they don't finish. What they say, like a lot of people don't even get to 10 episodes. So just being consistent and keep going through the years. But seeing, like, you know what I mean, like we say, we always show love, like the Club 520 going on tour with them, seeing that it's possible.
But you needed to see that.
The shoe deal. You know what I mean? That
crazy.
I was so happy from them just seeing that, because who would have thought? You know what I mean? Like, any of this is possible. A deal itself, like,
in general,
you know what I mean? Like, it's just a different, I would say, feeling when you get to see it, and you know it's obtainable.
In real time.
You know what I mean? When you never know it's obtainable.
Yep.
You kind of just like, man,
Yeah.
it ain't possible.
And I think that's the biggest thing when it comes to social media. We're seeing things via screen that we really need to see in person.
In person.
Because we could see all of this stuff on the screen. We could see the cars and all that. It's only gonna reach a surface level when it comes to actually hitting us. And I feel like too many people are consuming a lot of their time seeing things through a screen. You need to go out and go see it in person. Like, go actually touch it, get up close to it, or ask the questions from people who in them spaces that are doing it. Because when y'all came back from 520 tour, I seen the spark in both of y'all eyes, you and Opie. Like, and then when they ended up putting Opie on, like, I'm pretty sure that flipped a switch in his mind, like, oh, I can really do this.
Yeah, come on.
And be an active photographer for a podcast.
Come on.
And really
and make some real money.
And facts, and really see some shit.
Come on.
You know, like, and that's another thing, like, it's exposure, bro. Like, and I even challenge the parents, like, hey, get the kids out the crib. Get them off the phone. Tell them, hey, put your phone down. We finna go somewhere. Like, take them to go see something cool that they ain't never seen before. That's what's wrong with the younger generation. They not being exposed to enough. And I'm even get on the school systems. Like, y'all not bringing in key speakers, like motivational speakers or people doing big things in the city. And these schools are local.
No, for real.
And a lot of these kids have grown up in these communities, and they need to see somebody that came from their community doing bigger and better in order for them to stay inspired, to keep getting good grades and keep showing up at school. Like, that's just what it is, bro. And another thing when it comes to the younger generation, bro, is understanding, like, it's never gonna be easy.
Come on.
It's never gonna be easy.
It take hard work.
It take a lot of hard work. And the sooner you start, the easier it'll get. The faster. Like, and that's one thing. Like, if I would have started, man, imagine if I would have started DJing in high school.
Oh, you would have been out of here already.
What? Like, I even regret not starting DJing in college. It didn't come to mind. I was always fascinated by it, but it never came to mind. But I'm like, man, if I would have tried to do it in college, who knows where I would have been? Like, who knows? I'm not regretful for it. My journey is my journey. My path is my path. But I'm appreciative to know and to be able to tell the younger generation, like, hey, you need to go. Like, get out the crib, bro. Go take a trip. Have your mom and them save up some money and be able to go on mission trips or whatever. There are travel groups for young kids to be able to go on, bro. It's just all about how much effort is the parents putting into getting access to these resources. Like, it's our lack of knowledge for the resources that are there that is hurting the younger generation. Because folks ain't doing additional research. They not talking to administration at the school. They not talking to the college career counselors enough to sit down and say, hey, what plan do I need to have my kid on if they interested in doing engineering and they want to go to these colleges? Like, what scholarships are available early? They not getting after it early enough. So if the parents not getting after it early enough and these kids is being consumed or consuming their time with social media, then they start to prioritize their social life more than they're prioritizing academics and the longevity of their life and the long-term aspect. So it starts to become, oh, I want to go hang out with my friends, go to this party, but you ain't got none of your homework done. You know what I mean? Like, you ain't did no scholarships this week. Like, and some of these kids, bro, they are elevating. Like,
extremely smart.
I talked to my aunt. She worked with Boys and Girls Club. She telling me, like, bro, it was this one girl who got into a speech contest for Boys and Girls Club. She ended up getting third place. They said they don't know how. She ends up getting the CEO, CFO, COO email, sends them all three an email, thanking them for the experience, wanting to stay in touch, attached her digital business card, and they ended up looping back and grabbing coffee with her or having a one-on-one with her. But it's like now she got access to those resources.
Yeah.
Like, so she didn't just go in and fulfill an opportunity, but she made it count. Like, she ended up creating more opportunity for herself off of the one opportunity that she did get. And a lot more young people need to start thinking like that. How can I take this one opportunity and one chance of exposure and being in this room, and how can I exponentially grow this and expand this beyond just this one occurrence, right? And the biggest thing with our generation and what social media hurts is our strength to follow up. We are not good at following up because we so consumed in social media, we so distracted by it that we ain't paying attention. Oh, I had an interview with so-and-so. Let me follow up on the interview. Or, hey, I met this person when I was out at this spot. Let me follow up and see if they available for a virtual coffee chat and see what they can do to help me. Like, we just be so one-off. And I think that a lot of times social media entices that one-off. So you see one picture, you like it, and you go to the next. You see something else, you go to the next. You just scrolling, you going to the next, going to the next. You're not focusing or working on, okay, how did they expand this? And then even taking time to reach out to people on social media. You enticed by their lifestyle, okay, reach out to them, see how they really did it. Stop being a spectator, liking and commenting, really see what it is. Our partner Aaron, he seen the Einstein dude who worked at the New York Stock Exchange. He said, bro, I DM'd him off of LinkedIn a couple times and got his attention. He said, Aaron, if you able to catch a flight to New York, then you could meet me and we could talk on this day. Aaron said, bet. And he made it happen. Ended up having a whole day with bro. Took him through the whole New York Stock Exchange. But that's because Aaron seen the lifestyle. He wasn't consumed by it on social media. He wasn't just at a spectator level. He said, I want to dive in deeper to this. Like, I want to find a deeper meaning because this is enticing and I've been introduced to it by social media. But this ain't where I'm stopping with that enticement. I'm going way further.
Gotcha.
But that's just why I feel like, our younger generation is lacking, and also for us as our generation to step in, because we work in these jobs, we have these skills and gifts, and we got to share it, bro. We got to share the game. Like, we don't need to have it all figured out before we go and share it. We've learned so much in our life over the course of 26, 27 years that a 15-year-old probably can be very, very encouraged and inspired by our story. By just hearing like, oh, wow, you've been exposed to that, and that. How was that? We got stories to tell. We gotta go in there with them stories and just be cool. We be so, I can't go to the school and talk about that, or not even think about going to no school and sharing anything. This generation need us. They need to see more people like us.
They need us.
Because that makes them more comfortable with their future. They not gonna be as uncomfortable with it, and they not gonna be as willing to quit, because they like, oh, I talked to each staff. He's tough in media. He's great at communications. That's what I want to get into. Each staff, can you be my mentor? Now you able to deposit a wealth of knowledge in the younger generation. That's a fulfilling calling that not too many people can have. I got a couple mentees that I keep up with quarterly. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be and sometimes we think we got to keep track of these young people every day or every month. Nah, just check in with them periodically. They young, they moving life fast. So as long as within a couple months they hit me up, I'm pretty sure they got a lot to share. You know what I'm saying? But that's my perspective on it and my view on it, bro. But I guess for you, how do you feel like young and old people can leverage social media to help them be better individuals and be better within their journey? How have you leveraged it? What have you learned from using social media?
I think I feel like I try to not be just a spectator, but like somebody that's actually on social media and using it to like an advantage, honestly. So that's been like the biggest thing for me, is just how do I not be in the 90%, because I want to be in that 10%.
Yeah.
So it's just being more of a doer, trying to learn how to make content. I think that's something I thank God for the team, but I want to kind of learn how to do it on myself, learning how to get on here and freaking, I had a computer for a year, didn't even really use it when I first moved to Dallas. Freaking just in 2025, just started doing the Twitch, learning how to actually get on there, put the layouts, the edits, all that in. Some freaking, I didn't learn how to make a clip until 2025, to put on TikTok, stuff like that. So it's just really being, I would say, on the doer side. And like we spoke on earlier, it's not many doing it. Like even I was just on Twitch, like looking at people like to watch. Like if you go to like watch, it's not a lot of us, like black folks on there in this space, and even on the podcast space. Like I feel like, I'm not trying to say this is all we talk about, but if you go like look at a black podcast, 90% of them is just saying like what relationship dating, all this bull crap.
It ain't talking about like real life experiences as they grow.
Like you just gave so much game, like educating on therapy, kids, going back, speaking to the youth, things like that. Like freaking, who cares if somebody's 47 dating a 30-year-old?
Who really cares, bro? If that's their life,
it's so much of that bull crap going on. It's like you can get caught, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I want to be on the greater side of it. Like, at the end of the day, I want to be on the greater side of it. So that's how I want to say I use it to the leverage. Is it's trying to be a positive influence. You know what I mean? I think when you go to the page, you see a young black man that's really just, I would say, I think displaying his life on live, laugh, love, pray, and be merry. I think that's what I want to be known for. I think good vibes, being around good people, and that's the thing I want to portray. So I think I pray I use it to the leverage. Sometimes I do probably say some bull crap on there here and there. Don't get me wrong, I'm human, but I would say I try to leverage it to the best of my ability.
I'm the same way, bro. Like again, like my rituals in the morning, I usually will watch like a Les Brown motivational video in the morning, or I'll watch stoicism, like stoicism philosophy videos. It's just a straight video of voice. It's this low, deep voice stoic man just talking, but he's talking about things like understanding that your silence is more powerful than always speaking, and diving in deep into that. Like, I start my mornings off with something motivational or something that can help me just personally grow within my mindset and strengthen my mindset. And then, like I said, I go to meditate and I do the daily to-dos, because this is stuff that I learned from podcasts that I went to YouTube, searched up, how do I become better at knocking out tasks throughout the day? Like, how do I become better at maintaining and juggling multiple things at once? How do I need to organize my life? Like, how can I continue to give myself more grace because I'm managing so much? Like, that's how I was leveraging it, you know. And even when I'm consuming, like, I'm paying attention to who I'm getting information from. That's a big thing. Like, you really got to pay attention to who's giving out the information, because that can take you down the right path, or it can take you down the wrong path. You know, I'm not looking at too much of, you know, rapping and none of that. Like, I love DJing, so a lot of times I'm looking at mashups and live clips of people performing, because I'm like, man, that was actually a great transition. Okay, what did he do within that transition? What do I hear? How can I add that to what I'm doing? Or even watching live DJ streams. Like, all right, I'm taking advice on the angling, the camera angling, small things, right? That you could just take and apply to your life, you know, and learn. Like, I remember when you told me you YouTube to figure out how to do the effects board. You was spamming it out, like, bro, I just figured it all out.
I just learned, my dumb butt, freaking, I just learned how to make the effects board sound on, like, the Twitch now. Like, it'll sound out loud, like you can hear it, but I couldn't get it to sound on the Twitch for like other people to hear. I finally figured it out.
But see, like, but that's all it takes, is that curiosity. Like, we gotta start leveraging all of these social media outlets
and doing it for yourself as well. I think stop always expecting others to do it for you.
And then when it comes to content creation, we got to get out of this perfectionist mindset.
Come on.
Like, it's okay that it doesn't look exactly the way that you wanted it to look this specific time. You finna drop content all throughout the year.
You don't need a $100 million camera.
Yeah, just fix it next time. You know, or like me, at one point I was super hesitant on even dropping mixes on YouTube, because I'm like, man, I don't got no camera yet. I can't record myself live yet. I can't do this, that.
Don't even need all that.
I'm like, Jay, just record the audio and find an app that can convert it, and that's it, and just post it. Don't even, because people ain't tripping off visuals too much. They just want to hear the music. At the end of the day, like, visuals is a plus, but it ain't the main thing. The music is the main element. So I don't know.
And we were just speaking on that. It's getting back to like a raw. I would say people want to see the real nowadays. You know what I mean? That's it. And I would say too, like we were just speaking on, you don't gotta go get the $100 million camera. Freaking, I would say, look at Wallow. He a perfect example. What he say, phone.
Yeah, he uses his phone for everything.
All you gotta
do. Holding it.
And put the work in. You know what I mean? Like, we said it multiple times in this podcast, but put the work in. If you put the work in, it's going to show. And
quit being hesitant to put content out. Just put it out, bro.
And I think that's
the hesitation.
That's what you call them, the biggest thing too. I'm at a point in life, man, I don't even care no more. I don't got nothing to lose. I'm not scared. Like, even if it might make me look bad, I'm a little chubby. freaking, I just put out the sauna video the other day. I'm like, dang, his folks gonna be like, it's there, I got a little fat, stuff like that. TikTok, freaking, I post on TikTok every day. It don't even freaking matter what it is. Like, freaking, my coworkers done seen it all.
Yeah.
Like, it's nothing, at this point, like we saying, 90% of people not even gonna do it. Being the 10%, that's what you call them, gonna do it and no care. That's when you won.
Man, and then like, I was watching Wallow, he was like, bro, don't nobody really care about the content you putting out.
Yeah.
They just watching it. So stop stressing yourself out about thinking that somebody's finna heavily criticize what you got out, because they don't really care. Once they see it, those that support you gonna support you, and if they don't rock you, they gonna look past it. Ain't nobody tripping. Like, ain't nobody scrutinizing you off of small, minor details. Oh, your shirt was untucked at this point. Oh, well, you didn't do an ab crunch right during your workout video.
No,
don't nobody care, bro. Just put it out. Like, it's yours. It's your creation. It's different. Like, and a lot of people be scared to be their unique, authentic selves, bro. Like, they wanna be trendy. They wanna be something that they've seen on social media because they feel like that's the next hot thing that's gonna make them pop. Nah, being yourself is the hottest commodity you can ever be.
Come on.
Like, that's the most popular you'll ever be is being yourself. That's all the popularity you need. Because the people that's around you, that shows you that they really rock with you for who you are, bro.
No, real time.
Facts.
What's it going? That's all I got to say, Mathis. What about you? Anything else?
That's all I got, bro. We really appreciate y'all for tuning in and tapping in with us yet for another great episode of Take the Risk. We hope that you continue to have a blessed and prosperous year. You feel what I'm saying? Like, subscribe, comment. Make sure you show love. Follow us on IG. Follow us on TikTok. We everywhere. We love you. We appreciate you. We out.
My boy. That was a great one.
Yes, sir.